The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Friday night here, the House of Stein. We got the crew with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a fun show. How you guys doing? How you be?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Friday, this, spring break being slow. Work went by fast, kind of at times, but
Yeah.
Sleepy. I need some rest.
Yeah.
Been Tulsa to home to DC to home. It's been a rough 2 weeks.
But I'm jealous of everyone's candy choices tonight. Like Brian was munching on Skittles. I know Redhood, he's probably like munching on some cherry sours or something like that.
Oh man, I
had some fun dip.
Fun dip. That's even better.
Hey, I got something better than candy though. Guess what came in the mail today? My Masters tickets.
Oh, that's dope.
Ooh, nice.
That's cool.
Can I see that back and can you put it on the screen for everyone else to see?
Nope.
That is cool, though, man. That's very cool. Congratulations on that one. So, man,
Can I say something?
Of course, brother.
So, went to go see Snow White with my 2 5-year-old nieces and my wife, and that movie was good, bro. I don't know what all these hate mongers are talking about. Like, I guess you need to see it with some kids. They got these adults coming. I came out of Snow White. I wasn't enchanted at all. I didn't get any feeling. Like, I didn't know where they were going with the plot. And bro, this is a fucking kids movie, bro. You should have 2 5-year-old. Joe, it was good. That was the best Snow White ever, bro. There's your rating for Rotten Tomatoes, bro. The kids gave it. I go, what'd you think, girl? It was good, bro. And they saw their grandmother in there, dude. The fucking evil queen, dude. When she turned into that old lady, and I go, look at your grandmother, my mother-in-law.
Oh my god.
Shout out to Funhouse Comics with the $4.99 super chat. He says, Brian with question mark. Yeah, I am freaking tired, man. It's been a long week I've been podcasting like crazy. 4 nights in a row I've been podcasting. Ronnie with the $2 super chat says, F the Masters. I live by Tiger and Rory. Yeah, what are they in? What's the new one they're in? It's like a different
TGL?
IGL, is that what it is?
TG is it TGL?
Top Golf League or something like that.
I can't remember.
Oh.
I'm too tired. It's in the playoffs. That's all I know.
I want to go to that one in Arizona where they all party.
The Phoenix Open.
Yeah, the Phoenix Open.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
When is that? Is that worth going to?
Oh yeah, it's already happened this year.
Oh okay. There's always next year.
Yeah.
You guys see my new Sports Illustrated?
Oh, I remember that. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, this guy ain't to be fucked around with, dude. Like, he's already calling out Balboa, dude. So I don't know, man. We'll see.
Can you get that graded?
I don't know, man. It's a photo print that I got.
Oh, okay. So it's like a repo, kind of thing.
But it's stamped by the USSR, bro.
What's on the inside?
If he dies, he dies. It's just a photo print, so I put it on top of another Sports Illustrated. Look how good it presents, though, dude.
Yeah. See, that's why I thought it looked like a real magazine.
Bro, beautiful.
I must break you.
I must break you. I defeat real champion. No.
Well, we do not have our cover Woe and Blow covers of the week. If you guys have any good ones, send them our way, and we'll try and throw some in for next week. But we do have Buy the Dip, so let's get into Buy the Dip. Ooh! Starting off with a very interesting one. A Star Wars book that was a monster at one point. I mean, a massive book. That being Force Awakens #1, the Casada 1 in 300.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the sketch variant. So big shout out to this guy right here who was like, "Hey, I think this would be a good Buy the Dip book."
Hey,
And
it wasn't from me. It was from Brian P. Meister sent it to me.
okay,
So, yeah.
So big shout out to him. Like, I was like, yeah, let me crunch the numbers for this real quick. So I saw the recent sale, or he showed the recent sale of a CBCS selling for $335. The last sale for this book in the CGC 9.8 was $725, and there's only been one sale this year total. So I mean, it's not like this book pops up a ton. It just happened to show up. The 2024 high was $793, and I think there was only like 4 or 5 sales recorded by GPA, and we had a low of 405. So the obviously the all-time high happened during pandemic at 1,500. And then big shout out to Mighty Mel V. He mentioned that he sold some raw, I believe, on Whatnot for $400, I think is what he got for it. So yeah. So it's crazy to see like the highs and lows of this, and then even the differences in price, right? With the CBCS. I mean, that was an auction, so it's kind of strange to see. I mean, I know we've heard stories of CBCS, selling just as much, but I think CBCS will get a bigger notation when an auction, like when you have more consistent auctions, selling for the same price as a CGC book, right? I mean, anyone can have a buy it now for however long, and then it could sit on the shelf for like a year on your eBay and not even make a move until like there's CGC books are wiped out and there's no raws, any of that. So it's just timing, right?
Yeah. Well, these Casada Star Wars covers were such freaking big hits. It was unreal.
But aren't there rumors or has it been confirmed that aren't they supposed to do something more with Rey?
I don't know. Only thing that I've heard is, and I can't say who I heard it from, but it's a very good source.
Okay.
And this is fucking awesome. And I'm about to. Is Hood? Are you there? Are you frozen out, Hood? Okay, Hood, you ready for this one?
Bring it.
They're working on a 3-movie series about Luke Skywalker after Return of the Jedi. And he's a fucking badass. Like, super powered, badass Luke Skywalker, which we all want.
Oh, so like, are they going to do Shadow of the Empire stuff?
I don't know. I don't know if it's Shadow of the Empire. It just said that it's it's a 3-movie thing, series of Luke after Return of the Jedi, of him just becoming the baddest, Jedi ever. I don't know if he works through. Remember at that one point in the expanded series where the dark side started coming into him, and he became, he had to fight becoming a dark side, and then I don't know if they're gonna go like do the whole thing where he became a pussy again, for whatever the 5, 6, and 7 was, but in between 5, 6, and 7 and Return of the Jedi, he was a badass. And I want to see that Luke Skywalker. And supposedly,
hopefully they don't go into detail when he used to break into Kylo Ren's bedroom and shit.
I know, right? Yeah. We don't want to see any of the
coming to see you, I am.
But if that happens, I'm super stoked.
Bro, we'll see, man.
Yeah. At what point would you buy in on this? If this drops to 300 and a 9.8, would you buy in on this? No.
I think I wrote down a historical all-time. So the all-time low. And no, I don't think I didn't write the all-time low on this because I don't remember what it was. But I mean, with an all-time high of 1,500, I don't think it'll ever reach that price again, right? I think nowadays it's only going to sell on like the rarity factor. But I mean, even at like this 335 CBCS 9.8, I feel like I would crack it and resubmit it in the CGC and try to get close to that 700 price. I mean, that's even in like a short-term flip, right? That's a pretty good turnaround.
If I was buying this book, though, I'd be buying it straight to keep.
Yeah,
it's just because I like the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
so
like
I'd be okay. I mean, I'd be okay with a CBCS 9.8.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is a beautiful cover. So I mean, I'm just speaking on the side that I probably wouldn't keep this. And then plus, you know, if you already have a Star Wars one, like, you know, you got to collect other stuff, or you got to chase after that 35-cent variant.
Well, interesting. Everything Star Wars is just taking a shit. It's unreal. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But moving on. This is actually a really good book for Buy the Dip that I would keep an eye on. All New Wolverine issue #1, the local comic shop day, black and white variant, supposedly limited to 500, which is pretty small for these Marvel print runs, is on Buy the Dip.
Yeah, so the local comic shop day book recently sold for $180 in a CGC 9.8. Yeah, I was shocked. Like, I've definitely bought this book before, raw, and I think I paid at least 100. So, like, I was kind of jealous, to be to be completely honest. The previous sale for this year was 385. Last year, the all-time high was 350, with the low being of 173. So you're already like right around that low. All-time high for this book was $5.99 in 2022. Wow. So, I don't feel like this book ever commands the money it probably should deserve if the print run is actually legitimate. 500. I know it was a regional book that you could only get it in certain regions for local comic shop day. So you're already like cutting down corners, right? That there's only 500 of these. Not all shops in every area do local comic shop day. And then you're also talking about certain regions only got this book too as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I was definitely out of town when I found it. I think I was in like Colorado when I found this book.
Great series. So, first time with X-23 as Wolverine.
Yes. Yep. So, and then I feel like they could lean more into X-23 at some point in time.
They will. They will.
It'd be sad if they don't.
Yeah, I'm with you. We'll see. There's some great covers, by the way, in this run too. A lot of really good covers. All right, moving on to the Almost 10. Starting off with a classic J. Scott Campbell, Gamora swimsuit special from Image 1996. Gen 13 era J. Scott Campbell. Listen, there's something about him lately that there's this newfound resurgence I've been seeing in people going after his books again. I don't know if it's the Rivals craziness. I don't know if he's been putting out such good stuff lately, but people are searching out his stuff again. It's very weird. It's like this big time shot in the ass of spec steroids for J. Scott Campbell books as of late.
Because Campbell's liquid, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of his stuff is liquid, with the exception of all the overprinted shit. But man, he's like got a few books that if we said in the last 25 years, I at least a couple of them are in the top 100. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got this listed as a CGC 9.8 that sold for 100. It was actually a CGC 9.6 that sold for 100.
Wow.
Wow.
Even better.
Yep.
Yeah.
And whoever was buying it was they apparently know the answer to the question, why is Gamora?
Yeah.
It's not that. It's the first appearance of the Chupacabra, bro.
Gamora. I don't know. I don't understand why it's. What was her name? That wasn't her name, was it? I don't know what that means. That's a great question. Why is it called that?
No, that I wasn't saying it like that. I was saying it from.
You gotta roll the R's.
John Horn says, what do you mean by liquid? Liquid, I mean like his ratio variants are flippable. Like you could have bought those books on his website this past weekend, John, and flip them for triple in a couple of weeks when you get them.
You could do it now.
I mean that you could do it now. I mean, that's what I mean, liquid. I'm not saying every single book, but I'm saying his bangers, they're liquid. You get them in hand, you can flip them.
I mean, but even with his older books too, right?
Oh yeah.
Like take something example for like the Siege book.
And John knows
the Wolverine, right? That anytime you put those up to market, you're either like, selling it for what it last sold for or setting a new high price for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know right now, but like I'm just saying in general, like
no, and I was just saying that's the first appearance of the Chupacabra. Look at that fucking thing, dude. His teeth, bro.
What was the guy in Star Wars? The Jabba's little.
Oh, Salacious Crumb,
Salacious
dude.
Crumb,
that's his little brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Anyway.
Moving on. This one's crazy. This one is a amazing cover. Grave Tales, issue number 2. Rare series from Cemetery Dance Publications in 1999. This is a rare series that is looked for. I don't know if there's anything crazy in here live or catching on the replay. Let us know if this is something other than a cover by. But this is a badass werewolf cover.
I love that Cemetery Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a weird publisher, right? Cemetery Dance.
Bro, I used to, after football practice or after a football game, me and my best friend would walk home, and I don't know what was worse, on the west side of town or walking through a graveyard on the west side of town. Bro, that was some scary shit, but both of them kind of a negative times a negative equal a positive, because those were some of the best walks home ever, man.
Yeah, that's a crazy book. And I bet you the condition. Did you see the condition on the sale on this one?
I don't think it had it listed, and I don't remember looking through the pictures on it to see what it looked like. This is a like magazine size, right? So I would assume that it's probably not
the greatest condition.
Yeah, I mean, those from the 90s were generally not very well taken care of.
That's
but
cool.
yeah, $65. I mean, that seems pretty. That's a solid price.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. That's dope. Paul Diggs Comics says Cemetery Dance was the magazine that did short horror stories by popular writers. There you go. All right. Moving on. Next, we have a Catwoman issue from 2023. This is issue number 53, the Khalida variant.
I remember that one.
Yeah, look at that.
With the shaved pussy.
Oh yeah. Love it, bro. That is awesome.
Yeah, this I don't remember this one at all, but
I do the Shea Pussy variant. This is the best one, dude.
It's hairless, bro. It
Yes,
doesn't need to be shaved.
yes. So I mean, like I know a lot of times we kind of dismiss the B, the B variants, but yeah, CGC 9.8 of this sold for 70. So
Nice.
I mean, when you figure B variants are cover price, I mean, this was $5. I mean,
Yeah,
you can make some money on that at $70.
I mean, with that cardstock though, you didn't get that 9.9 or a 10.
Man, I still want to say something to you.
private chat.
Oh my god. Okay, all right, I'm good. I'll behave.
Has this artist done anything recently? Because this is a awesome artist. I haven't heard much about.
It's a good question. I don't know if I've ever heard of anything by this artist.
Yeah, pretty cool. Beautiful.
Three
stuff.
Rivers. I only go to cons that have fudge.
Yeah.
Because that's my first thing I buy at every con.
All right, moving on. A really tough Buffy the Vampire Slayer variant. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, issue number 5 from 2019 Boom Studios run. The Simone DeMeo Showcase Spike Virgin variant, which had a big raw sale this week.
Yeah, 350 on this one. And I know I know most people don't buy like Buffy or any of the Buffy offshoots. There's some really good covers, and there's some that are really hard to find, but they just don't really sell for very much.
Yeah, you just hang on to them, bro. Like the prisons and shit like that.
But apparently this one does. 350.
Bro, like if you go through this run, the hard to find variants, there's a couple of Mercados that are fire, bro.
They're relaunching the series.
Is that what it is?
Show. Yeah,
Cool.
They're having a reunion, and it's like a reboot with like I think Sarah Michelle Gellar is a part of it. Like more of the original cast, but I don't know. It might have changed now since that what's her name just passed away.
Who's that?
The young chick, Trachtenberg,
yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Michelle Trachtenberg, is that her name? I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the youngest, right? All right, moving on. Next, Mangazine, issue number 21, the famous Sailor Moon issue, which is supposedly the first Sailor Moon in a US comic. I know fucking Rad on IG knows a lot about these Sailor Moon appearances. He's got some really rare magazine appearances of Sailor Moon, and I can't remember if this is it, but this had a pretty decent sale this week too in a graded copy.
Yeah, this was just a CGC 9.2, sold for $4.25, which was higher than I think the last maybe 9.4, 9.6 that it sold. I'm assuming that this probably is probably not that plentiful, right? I don't know what the census on this is, but it can't be big.
Well, Red Hood or I can't own this book in Texas, so.
Why's that?
Oh, you didn't hear? They're like banning like a bunch of like Japanese manga and stuff like that.
What?
It like anytime it depicts, like, I think the law is something stupid where it's like if it depicts a young person and doing devious acts or something like that, it's worded super loosely, so they can just basically ban anything if it's portraying minors. So like even like common stuff that everyone like watches and reads, like My Hero Academia, Naruto, like all those are going to be banned in Texas.
This is how stupid I am about, or as far as my knowledge about any of this. How do you know, like this character right here? How do you know their age?
I don't know. Unless it explicitly says inside the story, right?
I don't collect that stuff, so I don't know.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Other than she's got really big eyes and no nose at all.
I loved Sailor Moon. There was like old school figures that were Sailor Moon figures that were really collectible back in the day. I remember selling a bunch on eBay. Anyways, moving on. Warhammer 40K. A lot of Warhammer 40K sales recently. Of course, you got the what is it? The what is that? Get the fuck out of here. What? Sorry about that. I'm
What
like, what
the
is
hell
going on?
is
I don't know.
Gildan Elton?
Yeah.
Calm down, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
What the fuck?
She's a child. Calm
Um,
down.
so the 40K stuff has really been selling as of late. And the Henry Cavill is doing stuff on that, right? He's doing the 40K stuff. Isn't he doing a movie and he's producing it, all kinds of stuff?
Oh, that sounds. I think I saw images of that somewhere, but I didn't read too much into it. But that's pretty cool if they are gonna go into the whole like Space Marine stories and all that.
Yeah. By the way, you guys, Gideon, I didn't time you out because you wrote that. I just timed you out because if you guys do that weird thing where you put a word and it goes vertical, I'm instantly thinking you're trying to throw something up there. It's a stupid chat troll. So I'm just quick on the draw. I'm gonna time it out just so it doesn't show up because people will go and put crazy words up. I just timed that out so it doesn't show up. So I didn't time you out because you put it. I timed you out because it was in vertical, and I'm just quick on the draw with that stuff, thinking somebody's gonna put some stupid word on there that they can't get. They try to get around the Google nanny bot shit. So, anyways,
I just pulled up Henry Cavill for Warhammer 40K. Apparently, there was rumors that he was leaving the project, but it appears that those rumors are unfounded. That he might still be actively involved in the project, both as producer and actor.
Yeah. Wow.
Well,
there has been a ton of sales of 40K books though, as of late. A ton of them.
I mean, but when you become like a producer and an actor, and you're putting money into a project like this, does it get to a point where you can't back off and quit a project because you'll lose too much money, right?
I don't know.
When you're a multi-millionaire, does losing a few $100,000 really bother you?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much is involved in making a movie.
It would bother me. I don't want to lose $200,000 or or $500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a big 40K player too. Also, he's super.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Henry Cavill was a big.
That's why he did Witcher to begin with. And when all this weird stuff happened with Witcher, he bailed on Witcher to go do this, to go do the Warhammer 40K stuff.
That's like,
yeah. So
I'm all for it. I mean, I used to play 40K back in the day. So
this is the convention special. There's two other versions of this same book with just different color backgrounds. One's like a light gray and one's a white, I think. So, and they've all been selling lately. I've been seeing them in market reports for the last 3 weeks probably, which is crazy. So Kilted Corgi says 40K players all have deep pockets. See the price on the figurines.
That's very true. And then also like it's deep in its lore, right? Like all those rule books have stories within it. So like you're recreating battles and like what would you do in these situations when you're playing those tabletop games. So I mean, I'm sure the comics even expand more onto that.
Yeah. This one 200 plus though for a raw copy. It's not too shabby. Not
Yep.
too shabby. All right, moving on. This one was really interesting to me. Obviously, I see Airwolf and I'm like, whoa, Airwolf, man. Like, that's nostalgia central, man. Jan Michael Vincent.
Oh yeah, man. I remember
Yeah.
that shit.
I used to watch Airwolf. I would
All the time,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
you
You'd wait
talking
for
about?
it. Is Airwolf on yet? Yeah.
Wasn't that on Friday nights, right?
Yeah.
Was that Friday nights?
I
Fuck
believe
yeah,
so.
dude.
Thursday or Fridays. I can't, but I remember geeking out over it. And this one was actually signed by Jan Michael Vincent. This is a rare ash can.
Wow.
Yep, from Lion Force Comics in 2015, and it was another CBCS book. Here, Stein. This one a 9.6.
Yeah, 9.6. Yeah, 535. But you also got to figure he died, what,
Not
5
too-
years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this came out in 2015, so there was only a few years. I don't know how many of these actually got signed. But
Barbara Kessel. There's a lot of these that you see signed. So wherever they were handing them out, Kessel was there, Jan Michael Vincent. A lot of these I saw signed.
Oh, so they could have had like a reunion, or like a panel or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I guess if it was an ash can, I mean, they could have just brought them. Lion Force could have just brought them to a convention and be like, "Here, we're going to do these ash cans. Sign a bunch of them."
Yeah, that too. Or get your photo with this actor from
Yeah,
Airwolf.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Like, think of like your childhood. Like, what autographs from your childhood would you want?
Bob Barker.
Like, where would it be like the top? Did you say Bob Barker?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, did you know that Costco is selling homemade Plinko now?
What?
Oh, are they?
Yes. It's
Oh,
about
no.
it's about 4 feet high, 4 or 5 feet high, and it's the whole Plinko board.
Wow.
Oh man.
It's like
How much does it cost?
like
800?
$80.
Oh, it's $80?
Yeah, $80.
Dude, I'm taking a trip to Costco tomorrow.
And you got Happy Gilmore 2 coming out.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm curious though. I really am curious what people's
It was
From
all
their
sports players for
childhood.
me that I cared about autograph wise when I was a kid. It was all sports. I didn't care about getting autographs of anybody other than sports people as a kid.
Mm.
man. There were some good ones though as a kid.
Mm.
I'd have to think about it.
A lot of cartoon voices.
I
and
freaking
just-
love. I mean, I loved A-Team. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Hannibal. Like if I could have what was it, George Papard?
Yeah.
If I could have, man, that would be a really cool one. But I'm sure he's long
For
dead.
me, there was I don't know if you guys, but usually most cities had them. Like Chicago had Bozo the Clown. In Phoenix, we had a group called Wallace and Ladmo. And so I'd probably want a Wallace and Ladmo signed Ladmo bag. That's what I would want. So, anyways, moving on. Next. This one's interesting. The Legion of Superheroes in the 31st Century, issue number 6. Must be a first appearance in here of one of the characters on the show. Some Green Lantern character, maybe. And this one's signed for...
yeah, the one right there.
Yeah.
Right there on the cover. Yeah, that's her first appearance. I think it's a crossover somehow. Like I don't remember. I think her last name is Gardner, and then her first name is, I think it's like a play on Guy Gardner and was either Hal Jordan or Kyle Rayner. I can't remember, but it's something like that. But it's that character. Yeah, I saw this one and I thought, oh, this one's a kind of an interesting one because I know
what does it sell for?
like $20.
raw.
I picked
So
up a
it's
few
kind
of these.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those that you would maybe not necessarily think to buy. But in general, I would say probably not that easy to find either.
Yeah.
So this is giving me the Red X kind of vibes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those that I think if you see it for, like $5-10, I don't think it's a bad play.
Would you pay $20 for this if you saw it?
I don't know.
I paid $1.
I mean, I paid $1 for it.
Yeah,
I don't.
I have no problem burning $1, but like 20, burning 20, like.
I mean, I will say there's a couple. There's like a couple CGC 9/8 of this listed for like 300.
Wow.
So
get the fuck out of here.
Now they're not sold, but still, I mean, somebody's like, I'm not just unloading this.
I'm not just giving it away.
Right.
That's a motherfucker that's slabbing it. Is that the first appearance of this? Is that fucking slab it?
Yeah, the Green Lantern show is filming right now. So.
Yep.
What's up, Paul?
All right, moving on. Next, we have our final book of the Almost 10 tonight. Oompa and the Prussians. So Oompa, issue number 5, obviously a foreign book.
Oompa,
yeah.
Oompa,
and in rough condition, very good condition, but raw. Sold for a decent amount.
Yeah, $55. This is just
Oompa Loompas, bro.
I don't think it's Ampapa.
Ampapa. It is very asterisk feeling. It is very asterisk feeling. And I think that's probably the Prussians part. We talked about asterisks. That's the #1 selling like comic book in the world, that asterisks. We talked about that with Rich Johnson the other night, interviewing. If you guys didn't see it, we had a crazy week of interviews on Beyond Wednesdays. We had Rich Johnson of Bleeding Cool on Tuesday, John Bowler Jack of the Stan Lee documentary on Wednesday, and Eric July, aka Young Ripa, last night. So it's been a crazy week of interviews, and Rich Johnson brought up the asterisk stuff because they're getting ready to drop a big asterisk book coming up. So it does have that asterisk feeling. $55.
Okay. So is the guy in the green jacket? Is he Persian?
Prussian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Prussians. Yeah, they were Russian. They were like not Russians, like German, right? German back in the day was Prussia. Like it was.
They were pussy Russians. Prussians.
Yeah. So, but you never know, man. You never know. That's why the Almost 10 gives you these books that just file them away in that brain of yours, and if you ever see them for cheap, you can sell them. I would have never known about that book the other week that sold for $1,000 if I didn't see it on the Almost 10 and went, I have one of those.
Oh yeah.
Sure. It was crazy.
Did you sell it?
No, I need to put it up on eBay. I'm gonna put it up tomorrow. I got a bunch of stuff I'm putting up on eBay tomorrow. So I'm getting ready to go to WonderCon.
Nice.
I'm leaving Thursday for WonderCon. Gonna go meet up with Big Leg, Clutch, and Drew. I'm gonna be staying till Sunday. And so everybody that's going to WonderCon, make sure you guys, hit us up and we'll hang out. Gonna see a bunch of people out there. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm in order to pay for it, I've got 2 sales coming up. I got a sale coming up Sunday on eBay Live and a sale Monday on Whatnot. And then I'm putting a bunch of stuff up on eBay. So if you guys are looking for anything, I've got McFarlane autographed CGC books. I've got lots of cards and stuff that I'll be putting up, toys, all kinds of craziness. And then I'll have big, huge sales on eBay Live and Whatnot on Sunday and Monday. So come hang out with us. Tomorrow night on Beyond Wednesdays, we have Modern Comic Mayhem. Come hang out with us. We have a doozy of a drama alert tomorrow night. good old Slippery Goose came out from hiding again and probably caused one of the craziest content creator moments. There's these moments that content creators have that I like to call the "what the fuck am I doing" moment, where you realize you bit off way more than you can chew and you need to plan. And Mighty Comics had that moment last week, and we are going to go over that on Drum Alert because it was, I mean, you know how like people watch car crashes and they're like, "Ooh, I don't want to watch that," but they just kind of look. It was like one of those moments, and I'm feeling so bad for Mighty the whole time. I'm like, Mighty, this is going to be your ultimate learning moment right here. So we're going to go over that, and more importantly, we're going to go over the aura, the world of the wrench in YouTube chat, live chats. And we're going to talk about what it means to partake in YouTube live chats and YouTube communities and how not to act. That'll be tomorrow on Modern Comic Mayhem for Drama Alert. So that being said, we'll see you then. Let's get into the list. Starting off with our Golden Age honorable mention, a killer, absolutely killer book from 1943. I feel like we've talked about this before, Stein. I love this cover, man, with the jack-o'-lanterns that look like the Axis Powers leaders.
I don't. You may have talked about it somewhere else. I've never had this on here because normally when I'm doing research on it, if I have looked for something before, it will pop up on my cookies or like the my history. And this one, I didn't even know what it was. And I'm like, I saw it initially and I saw the sale and I was like, because it was like a small picture. And I was like, why on earth did that book sell for $3,400?
Dang, dude.
And then when I saw the picture blown up, I was like, oh, okay. Now I know why it's sold for so much money.
Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy rare too. So it's called the Foremost. Is it called Foremost? Is that how you say it? Foremost?
Yeah, Foremost.
From 1943, and back then they had these weird numbering systems where you'll get different volumes. They'll go to like 5, and then they'll go volume 2, volume 3, volume 4. These weird.
Did guys wear those kind of pants?
Hell yeah,
40s, bro.
Hell yeah. Yep.
Yeah, have you never seen those baseball uniforms with the puffy pants and into the socks?
Yeah.
I guess.
Hey, Derek, you say you would love to see a 15-minute special segment where Stein explains internet cookies. I bet you that when everybody heard Stein say that he never clears those cookies, I bet you every one of them went, I wish I had Stein's search list, you know?
It's probably why my computer runs so slow.
Probably.
3,400 for a CGC 7.0 on this. That's got to be a super high grade for this book. So,
yes,
very rare. All right, moving on. Next, we have Ultimates issue number 9. This is the first cover appearance of the Maker in his Maker outfit, and what a fucking cover this is. This is such a good cover.
Man, that's a thing now. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was like a $10 book, or maybe even a little bit less than $10. And there were several sales this week, and it's up to like 20 plus. And I don't really know why, but I found it interesting that there were multiple sales of this one, kind of for out of the blue, unless there's something specific that I just don't know about, which is very possible.
Well, they're thinking that the Maker's going to make an appearance in one of these films.
Oh, he is,
right?
100%. Yeah. 100%. He's going to be a big part of the Hickman's. I mean, he's such a big part of Hickman's world, right?
Yeah.
So
He created him.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first Maker cover in his Maker outfit. Obviously, it's not the first Maker cover because the Makers was the Fantastic Four Reed Richards of the Ultimate Universe. So he's been on a cover before as Reed Richards, but not with his like weird helmet and everything. Great character, amazing character.
But has Reed Richards been in the comic before?
Yeah. So, pretty interesting. Nice little uptick on this and movement on this one. All right. Moving on. At number 10 this week, one of my favorite covers of the new comic book day this week. Psylocke issue number 5, the Ben Harvey cover. This is the Virgin 1 in 50. And this is a fucking... Is this cover of the year category?
Anybody see Harvey? Harvey Dent. Ben Harvey. It looks like her ass is in the front.
What? Looks like she's got a fupa?
No, it looks like her ass is in the front, like she's turned around. Look.
I think this is a killer cover. I love the color on it.
I don't see that.
I see it. Look at the chunk of meat.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right on her thigh.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Makes it look like a butt cheek, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
She spun around.
Yeah. That's a damn good cover. Damn good cover.
I'm just playing, man.
So
it's cool.
Yeah, so you can get the Virgin for like 55 to 60, but you can also get the trade dress for $5. So
the Three Rivers says, now I can't unsee it.
welcome to our world. That's
I'm sorry, bro.
That's where we're
Stein
best at.
didn't catch it, dude.
I still don't see it. Maybe I'm just
Look, dude. Look at the chunk of meat. Look at the chunk of meat.
The
dude.
very
It looks
bottom
like her
on her
ass
right
cheek,
thigh.
bro.
Yeah, it just looks like a shadow to me.
Oh, okay.
Looks like her ass cheek, bro.
Beautiful stuff. But I agree with you, Stein. I'm just gonna get the trade dress, and I'm not gonna pay an extra money for a. I think that's so lazy to do the Virgin 1 in 50s and Virgin 1 in 100s the way that Marvel and DC are doing. It's just lazy. And
I mean, to be cover of the year, I mean, the book's got to be fucking perfect, dude. Like, no
That's fair.
shadows, all clean. Like the top 2 books. Look at the top 2 books of last year, man. They were flawless.
That's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
with
is
that.
it a candidate? Yeah, sure.
A candidate? That's what I mean. A candidate. Yeah, yeah. We put it on
yeah.
the list. Yeah, for candidates. So interesting. All right, 55 to 60 on that one. Came out this week. Moving on to number 9, a return. We've had a couple of return books the last couple weeks. Assorted Crisis Events, issue number 1, the Mike Mundo 1 in 25 is back.
Yeah, and what's weird is the books that have repeated are kind of off the radar,
Yes.
not, it's just very strange. This one seems very simple, but yeah, I mean, last week it was like 25 to 30. Now it's up to like 40 to 50. Yeah, I mean, it's not a book that you would be like, oh, that's I need to get that. That's definitely got to be rare or anything like that. It's just a very strange cover to me. I like the cover. It just is very strange.
I haven't read the story yet. The story is supposedly like, what if Crisis on Infinite Earths actually happened, in our world? So it sounds interesting. But we'll see. Moving on to number 8 this week. Speaking of Jenny Frison, Magic issue number 3, a new book this week also that had a killer J. Scott Campbell cover as well. But of course, here is the 1 in 100 laziness that we just talked about with the Ben Harvey variant, where you can get this with the trade for $2 or $5 and pay how much for this one, Stein?
100 and a quarter plus on this one.
Wow.
Wow.
Not worth it.
Yeah, it's too muted to me. Like her
Yeah.
colors have been really bright lately, and this one just feels too muted.
I'll buy the trade and
Yeah,
be happy.
yeah, I agree. Again, FOMO out there, baby. FOMO is major thing in new comic book day variants.
I would say I'd pay 125 for a badass Frizzen cover. Like this is okay, but I would take that 125 and buy a fucking rare Frizzen variant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I agree. Moving on to number 7 this week. Listen, the Invincible sales this last couple weeks have been crazy on the secondary market. So many huge Invincible sales. We have the finale of the animated series. We're in the Invincible War. The Battle Beast pack variants are getting ready to hit. Invincible is on people's brain, and they're realizing how rare some of these books are in the initial run were. And they are selling in big ways. And shout out to people like Clutch and Drew, who put out some absolute bangers. I mean, Drew had a sale the other night where he was pulling out unopened diamond 10 packs of some of the rarest Invincible books you'll ever see. And he had unopened diamond 10 packs of them. It was crazy.
bro, Clutch had T-shirts of Invincible, dude, unopened.
Wow. Clutch had really rare stuff as well too, but he had some really high graded stuff as well.
Yep.
Oh.
That last episode, dude, was amazing, dude.
All of them are great. Been great in that animated series.
Oh,
Bro, like you want to talk a fight, superhero fight, bro. Whoever saw that last episode, it was amazing, just amazing.
So this is first appearance of Thrag the alien in this one. It had a really good second printing variant of this that's very rare, which is usually the book we talk about, but this is just the regular cover for this issue, the David Finch.
So Hood, what was a better fight though? Mark and his dad, or this last episode?
Oh man, the last one, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Fuck yeah, dude. I thought it was awesome, dude. You see where he cracked his head open, bro?
It's an epic fight, don't get me wrong.
Bro. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But dude, did you see how they encased him in the fucking cement and shit?
Hey.
Oh,
Conquest is one of the baddest characters there is.
Conquest is an evil motherfucker, bro.
If you guys know about him and Battle Beast and everything, I mean, yeah.
And Battle Beast is coming, bro.
Yes,
dude. But Battle Beast had an excellent episode, or like midway through the season.
Yeah.
Some epic fights.
How much is this one selling for?
This one was only selling for about $1.25 for CGC 9/8. Now it's up to $200.
Wow. That's awesome. All right,
and don't worry about Conquest. We'll
get there.
We'll get there.
168 people watching, only 43 likes. You guys, it's so easy to hit that like button. It is so fucking easy.
Oops, I forgot to do that.
Just hit the like button.
Let me hit the like button. I like it.
Moving on. Number 6 this week. This one blew me away. Where the fuck did this thing come out of? This came out of nowhere. AOC and the Freshman Force, issue number 1. And it's not even the Carla Cohen.
Hey, dude, that one's good, dude.
Right? This is Cease and Desist edition. How many were these limited to? 500?
500 apparently, yes.
Shout out to Josh Blaylock, of course, publisher at Devil's Due, one of the best creators in comics, one of the best G.I. Joe creators back when they were doing G.I. Joe. It was so great. Michael Turner, Joe Benitez, Tim Seeley, J. Scott Campbell. What a great run that Devil's Due Image run was for G.I. Joe. And this is a Devil's Due book as well. AOC I remember the Carla Cohen one was the one that just blew up a few years ago. This came out in 2019, but this one's out of nowhere, just selling a bunch of copies.
Yeah, this was only like a $15 book. There was actually a CGC 9.8 that sold, I don't know, maybe a month ago for like $30, $28, something like that. Now Raws are selling for 30, and a CGC 9.8 sold for 100. So we don't get into politics here. We don't talk about politics. We're never going to talk about politics. But it's really no different than there's, a bunch of Trump supporters that love everything that do with Trump. And there's a bunch of people that love AOC. And, whether or not she ever becomes anything more than what she's doing now. This book would be, it's just an odd, it's definitely very niche, but if she were ever to be more than what she is in government, this would be an interesting piece to have, right? And
Yeah.
not something that you see every day. So
I wonder how many yellow labels are out there with all 3 signatures on it. How crazy would that be? Be a crazy book.
How would you even get those audits?
Good luck. I don't know. Maybe at book signings. A lot of these people write books and they'll do book signings.
I know Bernie Sanders was seen like what at one of those shoe drops that happened not too long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and right now, Bernie and her are like touring America, and
Maybe
so that may
that's
be
it.
playing.
Maybe
That may be
that's it.
playing into it as well.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect chance to get something signed and sell it. So, all right. Pretty crazy. Moving on to number 5 this week. Here we go. Magic issue number 1, the Marvel Rivals NetEase variant of Magic. And the rival stuff is going to just get even crazier, you guys. Get ready. This one is back on the list. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it came out. Week 1 when it dropped, it was selling for $25-$30. And it kind of stayed there for quite some time. This thing is now up to $60 raw. 9.8s are up to $150 on this thing.
Wow.
Oh man. Now I'm banging my head for not buying one.
Yeah. It's a very expensive book now. And there's a lot of them that have sold. So, I don't know what the long-term prospect on these are, but clearly Marvel found they've thrown enough stuff at the wall that something finally hit. And this was week 1 of these things of these, Rivals variants, right? That came out. So
yep.
I think it kind of surprised a bunch of people.
Good point.
Now, whether or not, was Diamond part of were they still selling Marvel?
Yes, they were, but they were only getting a few that Lunar and would send over, or Penguin Random House would send over, right?
The only thing I'm thinking is when Diamond, because now Diamond's blowing out everything, all their inventory.
I don't think they had a bunch of this stuff.
They don't have a bunch of these in there. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would be curious to see what they're actually they have that are going to be blown out.
The majority of stuff at Diamond has been sitting there forever. I don't think it's a lot of stuff recently. And I wouldn't be surprised if most of it's like, stuff that, there's a lot of good stuff there, but a lot of bad stuff,
yeah.
Oh man, so this game had 20 million downloads, and then there's 454 925 daily players for this game.
Wow,
it's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah,
huge.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna get even crazier because at number 4 We have the JSC variants, the web store exclusives, all 4 of them on the list at number 4 this week. And you say, but this book isn't out yet, Stein. Well, guess what, you guys? That don't fucking matter because people are paying on the secondary market just for the chance to get one of these when they come out.
Yeah. So, kind of my general rule, and it's a general rule, is I don't promote books that, and I don't really promote any books, but I don't promote books that are not live yet. But the reason that I didn't before is because, the show used to have, the show's website used to have sponsors, and accusations were like, oh, you're just giving free advertisement to people to sell out their books. Now, I mean, I guess if Campbell wanted to send me free books, I would be more than happy to accept them. But,
Me too.
but I've never had Campbell ever send me. I don't even think he.
Are you listening, Campbell? These are the best comic books I've ever seen in my entire life.
I wouldn't even think Campbell would even know what this show is. But I will say that these I was kind of mad because I was flying Saturday when these dropped, so I did not have a chance to get them. I would have. I think these are done really well. I think these look, especially, I actually really like the trade dress on these as well. I think it kind of matches the whole style of it. But I like these. I would have bought them, but I did not buy them because I was flying at the time. So,
bro, look at that shark, bro.
So the set sold out instantly, and then they had like 2 packs of each, like where you bought the Psylocke cover and then you got B, C, or D. And then I tried adding in a cart like all the, where I would have ended up with 3 Psylocks and then one of each of the other characters. But then that sold out too, and like pretty fast. And then before I knew it, like all you could buy was like cover A's, and I was like kind of like, I don't care anymore.
Yep. I was with you. I had that exact same thing happen. 8 minutes, they were gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like individually they're selling like $70 to $100 a piece. I'm assuming that the buy-ins on these were probably $30 a piece, something like that.
I think it was like 25, and then each of the sets were $50 or something like that. Does it sound right, Brian?
Yeah. I didn't even get a set. Yeah. I have no idea. I wanted
Namesh
2
bought
sets.
me a set.
You got lucky. And Namesh said, Hood, I'll send you a set. Lucky son of a gun. You don't need Campbell to send you son. So Campbell, just send it to us, not to Hood.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, we'll be at San Diego, give us priority in the line, and it's all good.
Well, I mean, that happens everywhere we go, so we don't have to worry about that.
I'll cut in line, bro. I don't care.
I wish. I wanted to buy 2 sets.
See, I'm short. I blend into crowds easier than Brian and Big Leg. They're huge, and so like everyone can see them what they're doing, and then I just like go into Hasbro line without a ticket and just buy stuff, and no one stopped me.
Man, I do love that Luna Snow with Jeff on it though.
Oh, the Luna and the Squirrel Girl are 10s.
Yeah, they're great. That Luna Snow's great.
Mm-hmm. All right, there you go. Number 4, you guys. All 4 of the rivals covered, and these will continue to be on the list until they start showing up in people's hands, I imagine, and even a little bit after that. So, all right, moving on to number 3 this week. Speaking of Conquest, Invincible issue number 61, first appearance of Conquest, is selling for a buttload.
Yeah, CGC 9/8 of these were like $250 to $300. They are now like $450 to $500. I don't think that's the all-time high, but it's much higher than what it was. So if you held on to, I will say this: if you held on to them, good for you. You've held on to where it's come back, and I mean, I know a lot of people don't really I think that's the thing with Invincible. I feel like a lot of people don't want to get rid of their Invincible books.
They don't.
Like
no.
they just like them, and they don't want to
Mhm.
get rid of them. So I think that's probably driving some of the prices. The supply is just not. I mean, it's not like they're super, overly printed or anything like that, but it's just one of those things that people just like them.
Yeah, I agree in a major way. So cool shit. Moving on to number 2 this week. The Last Boy, issue number 1. Another new comic out this week, a Peter Pan series, this time from Boom Studios. And this
That
is
does not look like Peter Pan.
It does not. This is Tinkerbell by Adam Hughes. And there's something off about this to me, man. It just looks like it's been airbrushed. Like there's something that's been airbrushed out and it looks off. That's all I'm going to say.
There's too much fairy dust for you.
Yeah. It's just weird. Weird. Tinker boobs, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, a 1 in 25 Hughes, and I mean, I don't know what the fascination with Tinkerbell is, but there's always been like a fascination with Tinkerbell for some reason.
Hey, this isn't the best Tinkerbell book out this week. John Royal put out a Tinkerbell issue for Zenoscope that is way better than this. Way better.
Yeah, but this one's selling for like 100 to 100 and a quarter.
Wow.
Yep.
Not bad.
It's all
Not bad
right.
at all. So it's a 1 in 25 at 1 and a quarter.
And
not too
and I don't think there's a trade dress of this one. I think this is just right. Is there a trade dress of this
no
one?
trade dress.
What
no.
do you think she's saying in the ear?
Wake
You
up.
know what she's saying?
Wake up.
She's going earwax. Earwax.
You've got lightning bugs flying out of your ear. Do you know that?
Yeah.
I like Chillins, Greens, and Cornbread's response instead. I didn't want to say it.
Shout out to Lucas.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, you guys. The number 1 book of the week. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue number 1, the second print, 1 in 25 AF-15 homage cover. Another new book out this week, selling for a grip at $200 plus raw. Wow.
Yeah, 200 right out of the gate on this one.
Okay.
That's a lot.
A lot of people like
That is a
like the animation. I mean, a lot of people are saying it's good. So
It's pretty good, honestly. I'm enjoying the series. I need to start watching it again.
Who's like, nope.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising that Galindo found 2 of these. He probably got them for $24.99 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 1 in 25, and then his discount also at the store that I also should be going to on Wednesdays.
Nice job, Johnny.
See, I don't even try anymore because I know Johnny's going to be right on it. So I just stopped trying in Houston because of Johnny. Nah, I'm just joking.
Jim Lee's going to be in your area, right, Yee?
You mean Uncle Jim? He's going to be here?
He's doing a signing, right?
I mean, that's the only reason why I'm on all those podcasts, because of my uncle. Like, he's like, boom.
Aaron Jim Lee.
Jim
My
Lee's
mom's
gonna be
main
at
name is
WonderCon
Lee, so-
with McFarlane. So yeah, they're doing a pretty cool panel together, supposedly. Reminiscing about being friends, and of course the 30th anniversary for Image is coming up, or 35th anniversary or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
35. Gosh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
right?
Mhm.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, I'm freaking old.
You remember how big Image was when they first came out, dude?
Oh,
Jesus Christ, man.
crazy.
It was probably one of the most amazing shit, like before social media. And bro, there was just like
Change the game.
it did, man. Yeah. The mass exodus of some of the greatest artists at the time. What did X-Men, what, about 8 million copies of X-Men #1, 5 million copies of X-Force, and what, 3 million of Spider-Man McFarlane?
Yep.
And they all left.
All
And
of
they
them.
all left.
Yep. Adios. And then they came back. A couple of them came back for a buttload of money and then left again
yeah.
4 issues later.
You know, and that's weird because they don't pay their artists shit, but they paid Jim Lee and Liefeld, bro.
Yes, they did.
They paid him real quick.
Yep.
Well, it's also how you have your contract set up too, right? Because doesn't Liefeld still get like residuals and stuff like that?
Yep. Yep. For certain characters. Cable,
Yeah.
Deadpool. Yeah. But those guys were freaking rock stars. I don't think there's been anybody close to what they're doing, what they did at Image. They were super rock stars.
Yeah. There's no comparison, dude.
Yeah.
Like that'll never happen again. Well, it may happen, but not like that.
Well, you know what I think? I hope when Spawn 77 hits that maybe Mark Spears will be getting the type of response that maybe, just a little bit of what some of those guys got. Because Spawn 77 is going to be really effing good.
Bro, when that fucking hits, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Like everybody's going to, I gotta get Spawn 77. You're going to see motherfuckers like panic. That book is going to be fire.
Yeah. Yeah, in a major way. In a major way. So.
Whoa, so Nixon resigned and then boom, we got Stein?
Yep.
Nice.
Same day.
Same hour too, huh?
No,
I'm just joking around.
So, all right. So next week, you guys, I'm gonna be in WonderCon, so I may have to.
You need to go live, Brian.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing any of that. But
knock somebody's table over and go live.
Fuck. I mean, I guess we could do a basic version.
Old school, yeah.
Old school.
Yes,
what does WonderCon have good convention variants?
I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be. I think the days of good convention variants are dead for anything other than like San Diego, New York, and MegaCon and C2E2. I don't think WonderCon's one of the big. There is supposed to be some. There's rumors of maybe some type of panel book for the Jim Lee McFarlane event. We'll see. But
nice.
Other than that, I'm just going to hang out with Clutch and Leg and Drew, and then a bunch of other people. Swag hopefully is going to stop by. Hopefully I'll see Sean from Hell Destroyer. I know a couple of people in the chat are going to swing by, so it's going to be interesting. I'm just there to hang out and have a good time and do a little networking. So we'll see how that plays out. But I should be back Sunday. Going in Thursday, should be back Sunday.
If Unknown goes, that's funny. Can they afford to go?
I don't know, man. That's gonna be interesting. That'll be interesting. They make a ton of money at those shows, so
yeah,
we'll see.
So it's hard to miss. Yeah.
I know there is one book at WonderCon that's going to be a major hit, and it is, funny enough, a Mark Spears book. Yes, there you go. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero number 315, the Mark Spears Zartan Dreadnoughts variant will be available for the first time at WonderCon.
Wow.
So
nice.
It'll be available at WonderCon, and then it'll be available at Huntsville Con at the end of April. And if you guys want to get your copies, make sure you're following both Big Clutch and Mark Spears. And if you're anywhere near WonderCon, stop by. If you're anywhere near Huntsville at the end of April, stop by there too. That's going to be something else is going to be that crazy. Is April, at the end of April for Huntsville. That's the first time Mark has done a convention since he's, really hit it big. And that's going to be crazy because I hear there's
Bro,
people
they're gonna mob
driving,
him like Peach Momoko, dude.
big
Well,
time.
I feel like this Comic Con in Alabama is not going to be ready for the amount of people that are showing up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
Mark's gonna be.
really nuts.
I don't want these people around me. Get them off of me.
So he's gonna have some really cool stuff available there. So if you're interested, keep your eyes open. And 2025 is gonna be a great year for not only conventions but great artists and some. You got to keep your eyes open. There's some good stuff
See you,
coming
Derek.
from variant wise from Big Clutch. There's some good stuff coming variant wise from Beyond Wednesdays as well that we're going to be
Nice.
talking about very soon. And there's going to be big stuff variant wise coming hopefully from House of Stein as well. So maybe. So excellent stuff, you guys. Great show. Thank you for everybody that joined us tonight. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe on your way out. If you missed any of the Hot 10, we're going to go through the Quickie Hot 10, but you can also start finding the Hot 10 if you just want to know what they are. Make sure you're following House of Stein on IG, where he posts the Hot 10 up on IG now every week as well. So much love, you guys. See you next time. Stein, what do you say?
See ya.
See ya.
Peace.
All right, starting off with our Golden Age honorable mention. Very interesting book from 1943. Foremost, issue number 4 from volume 2 had a CGC 7.0 sale of $3,400. What a crazy book in high grade. Love the jack-o'-lanterns, each one of them as an Axis power back in the 40s in the midst of World War II. Very, very rare book, especially in high grade. Nice sale, $3,400. Moving on to our regular honorable mention. Ultimates, issue number 9 from the Ultimate Comics universe in 2012. This is the first cover appearance of the Maker in his Maker getup with that crazy helmet. Of course, the Maker is, spoiler, Reed Richards of the Ultimate Universe. And his first cover appearance, he was Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. But this is the first cover appearance of the Maker, and it is seeing jumps in sales raw of $20 plus right now. At number 10, a beautiful cover by Ben Harvey that came out this week. This is Psylocke number 5. There is a trade dress version, but the one that everybody's going crazy for right now in the secondary market, paying $55 to $60 raw for this variant version, the Virgin 1 in 50, seeing a nice little amount of change on the secondary market. At number 9, a return book, Assorted Crisis Events, issue number 1. A nice little homage, some say, to Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, but interesting series, I hear. We'll have to find out more once people start checking out multiple issues, but this one was on the list last week, selling for $25 to $30 raw, now $40 to $50 raw, and at spot number 9 on the House of Stein list. At number 8, another new book, Magic number 3, the Jenny Frison Virgin 1 in 100, selling for $125 plus raw on the secondary market. At number 7, Invincible books have been super hot on the secondary market. A ton of sales. Of course, we have the finale of the animated series, season 3 of the animated series, and a lot of big sales from the time period of the Invincible War and such. This is a killer book. Invincible returns #1. Usually see these rare second printing on lists for this book, but this is the regular issue A, cover A, from David Finch. CGC 9/8 selling for $200 plus, were around $100 to $125. At #6, another weird one, AOC and the Freshman Force, issue #1. Now, there is a Carla Cohen variant of this with AOC in a Wonder Woman getup that was a huge hit a few years back when this came out in 2019. Shout out to Josh Blaylock and Devil's Due Publishing. But this is a different one. This is the Ceased and Deceased variant. Limited to 500. This was only a $15 book, and now it's doubled in price, seeing multiple sales at $30 plus, with CGC 9/8 selling for $100 plus. At #5, Magic, issue #1, the NetEase Marvel Rivals variant, one of the very first NetEase Marvel Rivals variant on the market. This one was doing pretty well when it first hit, but now it's on fire at $60 raw, with 9/8 selling for over $150. At #4, more Marvel Rivals, this time on a book that hasn't even hit the market yet. The J. Scott Campbell Web Store variants for Marvel Rivals, issue #1. 4 variants of this book. You had Psylocke, you had Luna Snow with Jeff the Shark on it. You had Squirrel Girl, and then you had Sue Storm as the final issue. And sets of these sold out within 8 to 9 minutes. A lot of craziness, a lot of heat on this one, but people are already selling them for a ton on the secondary market, and they haven't even hit physical hands yet. $70 to $100 plus for each of the 4. Some selling for even more than that. At #3, another Invincible book, this time a big one. Major first appearance of Conquest in issue #61. Of course, Conquest, a big part of this season's storyline and a major character in the Invincible universe. This one's selling for quite a bit, reaching its previous highs pretty close. As CGC 9/8s were about $250, now seeing $450 to $500 plus on the secondary market. At #2, another new book this week, another new series. Issue #1 of The Last Boy, a Peter Pan series from Boom Studios. This, the Adam Hughes Virgin 1 in 25, selling for $100 to $125 plus raw on the secondary market. And at #1, an interesting one, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue #1, second print, 1 in 25 variant that homages Amazing Fantasy 15, selling for $200 plus raw on the secondary market. Just came out this week. People loving the animated series, and it's a homage that always works for some reason. One of the most homage books of all time, Amazing Fantasy 15, but people love it, and they'll continue to search them out, this being one of those. This has been the House of Stein Hot 10 list for March 21st, 2025. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Come hang out with us tomorrow night, Beyond Wednesdays, Modern Comic Mayhem. We'll see you there. Adios.